In this video, I will show you how to change front and rear brakes on a 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. You can also use this video for a 2011 to 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee and Dodge Durango. These are the tools you're going to need for this job. It's going to be a 1/2-inch impact, a wire brush, C-clamps or a brake caliper press, an 18, a 21, and a 22 millimeter socket, a 7 and 11 hex socket, needle nose pliers, 1/2-inch and 3/8 torque wrenches, and ratchets. So to get started, you'll raise the vehicle up off the ground. Use your 22 millimeter or 7/8 socket and remove the lug nuts. If your vehicle has a lug nut key like this one does, you'll have to find it to remove the keyed lug nut, then take the wheels off the vehicle. Then you're going to use your needle nose to remove this brake retainer. Now with this style brakes, you don't have to necessarily remove the hex bolts that bolt the caliper to the caliper bracket, but I'm going to show you both ways. With the front, I'll remove them. With the back, I'll keep them in. So if you're going to remove them, they've got these little caps on the back side. Just pull them off with your fingers. The front is going to be 11 hex, and then pull your caliper off the bracket. And then here you can clearly see you can pull that outside pad off easily, and then the inside pad will stay in with the caliper. It's got these little clips that hold it into the pistons. Keep it on there and use your brake caliper press to press the pistons back in, or else your C-clamps. Now remove your caliper bracket bolts. These are a 21 millimeter. Take the brackets and clean them up with a wire brush anywhere where the pads come in contact with the bracket, and then also where the bolts come in contact with the bracket. And then you're going to want to take your rotor off and clean up the mating surface between the hub and the rotor, and then also where your brackets bolt on. And then your guide pins, you want to clean them up with a wire brush as well. Now apply brake grease to the guide pins, and then also apply brake grease to the bracket where the pads come in contact, and then on the pads themselves where they come in contact with the bracket, and then also these clips on the back. Install the new brake rotor, and then I usually put one lug nut on to kind of hold the rotor in place as you install the bracket. And then install your bracket. These 21 millimeter bolts are torqued to 148 foot-pounds, and then install the inside pad into the caliper, and then the outside pad you can put it on the brake caliper bracket, and then install the brake caliper. Torque these 11 hex down to 41 foot-pounds, and then reinstall your retainer clips. All you need to do is take your needle nose pliers and push it into these holes until it clips into place. And now your front brakes are done. And now onto the back brakes. If you do want to remove these hex bolts, they're 7 millimeter, but like I said, I'm not going to do it in this video. So all you need to do is take off these bracket bolts. They're 18 millimeter, and then once you have your whole caliper off with the bracket, just take a needle nose pliers and pull these retainer clips off. And now that your guide pins are still on, all you need to do is slide the guide pins off the caliper from the bracket. Before you take off the inside pad, press the brake piston in with a C-clamp, and then same thing as before, you're going to clean up the guide pins with a wire brush and the bracket as well where the pads come in contact. Then take your old rotor off, and then clean up the mating surface between the hub and the rotor, and then apply brake grease to the guide pins and the caliper bracket where the pads meet, and then apply brake grease to the pads where the bracket meet, and then also the clip on the backside. Then reinstall your new rotor. Then install the inside brake pad into the piston. Now slide your bracket back onto the caliper, and then install the outside pad. Then install the whole caliper assembly onto the rotor. Torque these 18 millimeter bolts down to 89 foot-pounds, and if you did take off the 7 hex bolts, them are torqued to 20 foot-pounds. Then install the retainer clip with your needle nose pliers. Then reinstall your wheels back on the vehicle. Your lug nuts are torqued to 100 foot-pounds. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to get more short and to the point how-to videos like this. That saves you time so you can get more done.